George Clooney, the Hollywood legend, the humanitarian, the man many have called the very embodiment of charm and sophistication, was suddenly thrust into the center of a scandal no one saw coming. Reports of his arrest have sent shockwaves not only through the entertainment world but also through his personal life. The story isn't just about George Clooney being taken into custody, it's about what happened immediately afterward. Because standing right at the heart of this chaos is none other than Amal Clooney, the internationally respected human rights lawyer, and his wife. And according to sources, she was seen leaving George after his shocking arrest. Amal Clooney is not just a partner in marriage, she is a partner in image, dignity, and moral clarity. As one of the most sought-after legal minds in the world, Amal has built her entire career on defending justice, standing up for what is right, and representing some of the most vulnerable voices across the globe. So when news broke that her own husband, George Clooney, was caught up in legal turmoil, the contrast was too sharp to ignore. For Amal, this wasn't just personal, it was professional, it was moral, and it was about reputation. Witnesses claim she appeared distraught as she left George's side, and speculation began swirling immediately. Was this the end of one of Hollywood's most celebrated marriages? The Clooneys are not just any couple. They are, in many ways, the gold standard of celebrity relationships. George, once Hollywood's most eligible bachelor, stunned the world when he settled down with Amal, whose brilliance and poise made her a star in her own right. Together, they became a symbol of love, stability, and power, balancing glitzy red carpet appearances with serious humanitarian causes. But the arrest turned that golden image upside down. Colleagues in the film industry were reportedly stunned. Fans who had adored George for decades were left speechless. And for Amal, who had built her life on being a champion of truth, the reality of standing by a man suddenly at the center of legal scandal was too heavy to bear. Eyewitnesses describe Amal as visibly shaken when she stepped out, leaving George Clooney behind. This wasn't a quiet, calm departure, it carried the weight of heartbreak, shock, and perhaps even betrayal. For years, she had stood proudly by his side, defending him against media scrutiny, celebrating his successes, and raising their children together. But in that moment, as the world fixated on George's arrest, Amal made a decision that could mark a turning point not just in their marriage but in how the world perceives them both. The ripple effects of George Clooney's arrest are bigger than just one family drama. For Hollywood, it represents the fragility of fame, the reality that even the most respected stars are not immune to scandal. For Amal, it could threaten to overshadow decades of hard-earned respect in the legal world. And for fans, it raises painful questions. How much do we really know about the people we admire? The arrest itself is shocking enough. But Amal's choice to leave, whether temporary or permanent, is what makes this moment explosive. It signals that even she, the ever-composed and strong Amal Clooney, may have reached a breaking point. What this means for their future. Speculation has already begun about what comes next for the Clooneys. Will Amal return after the dust settles, standing by George as she has in the past? Or is this the start of a permanent separation? Will this crisis destroy the Clooney legacy, or will it become just another chapter in their story of resilience? Fans are torn. Some argue that Amal should stand by her husband, regardless of the scandal, while others say she is right to protect her own career, her integrity, and her children from being dragged into a storm they didn't create. One thing is clear, this is no longer just George Clooney's story. It's also Amal's story. And right now, the spotlight is firmly on her. A marriage tested in the harshest way. Every marriage has its trials, but few are tested under the global microscope like this. George Clooney's arrest is more than a personal setback, it's a test of loyalty, trust, and resilience. Amal's decision to walk away, at least for now, speaks volumes. The world is watching closely, not just to see how George's legal battles unfold, but also to see whether Amal will return or if this shocking departure signals the end of their love story. Final thoughts, the Clooneys at a crossroads. This is not just gossip. This is a defining moment in the lives of George and Amal Clooney. A celebrated actor and a celebrated lawyer now face a crisis that could undo years of admiration and respect. George's arrest may fade in the headlines eventually, but Amal's choice to leave will not be forgotten. It's a statement, silent but powerful, that even love has its limits when trust and integrity are on the line. The Clooneys now stand at a crossroads. And whichever way they turn, the world will be watching. Don't miss the next update, subscribe now. If you're as stunned by this story as we are, don't leave without hitting that subscribe button right now and turning on notifications. The Clooney saga is far from over, and the next twist could be even more shocking. Join the conversation, share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep this discussion alive.